that we were saying last time how the Sitra Achra has no koach of its own. It's all distraction. It's all falsehood. He just intimidates you, and really he has no koach of his own, and it's a really a false sale. It's a trick, and then now the Tanya is asking if the Sitra Achra so it doesn't have its own substance. It only survives off what you give into it. So then why is it so hard to overcome it? It really has no koach of its own, no strength of its own. So says the Baal Tanya, רק שלגבי קדושת נפש אלוקית שבאדם נתן לקדוש ברוך הוא רשות ויכול להגביה לעצמה כנגדה. Even though in the case of your divine soul, which you have the power of wisdom, chokhmah, still Hashem gave special permission to the Sitra Achra of the animal soul to have the ability to exert itself against the divine soul. כיוון שהאדם יתעורר לגבי עליה להשפילה על ידי שפלות נמיכת רוחו ונבזה בעיניו אימס. And all of this is in order to inspire you to overcome it and to bring down the Sitra Achra through meditation and ego deflation, and then it will become disgusting in your eyes. So meaning to say that Hashem gave a koach to the Yitzhara to be able to trick us. And even though we have wisdom, I know Hashem is the truth, and I know I'm not allowed to do this. So why would I ever do it? Because that's where the Yitzhara has power. Hashem gave him this power of tricking you and making you think it's okay, this time it's fine, next time I won't do it. No, really, this case is different, that's why it's allowed, and you make all this rationalization. And really, the point of that is all to just throw away all of that and just be, who am I to make a rationalization? Get rid of my ego. Do what Hashem says. Be simple. That's it. And then that training will cause us to become greater and greater people. When you do this, you'll get awakening from below. Hashem will send awakening from above, and it will be able to conquer the Yetzirah. And then when you show Hashem you really want, then Hashem will help you and give you awakening from above, and you'll really be able to take the Sitra Achra's ability and power away. And now it won't be able to exert itself over you. Now it won't speak to you. It's like a guy coming and he says to you, "Oh, you see that double parked car? Come, let's steal it." What are we talking about? Why should I steal this car? It's like that's such a silly idea. That's a horrible idea. It doesn't even speak to you. It's like it makes no sense. And eventually you'll get to such a level by constantly bolstering yourself and reminding yourself and having faith in Hashem and not giving into the tests. You'll be able to grow and grow and grow and grow. And less will sin speak to you. Less and less will tests speak to you. You'll be like, why would I want to do that? What do you mean? It's a source. Not allowed. That's it. Finished. And Rav Dessler, Alav Shalom, used to say that each person has a different koach bechira, nekudat bechira. You have a different level of choice, and everyone has different point of choice. Meaning, if I grew up amongst very immoral people and lawless people, so maybe stealing that double parked car would speak to me. That's where my free will is holding by. But if I was raised by very ehrliche people, very very holy people and righteous people and Torah people, so then even from my young age it would never speak to me. My bechira, my free will, and my tests are much higher already. Now my tests become. Should I do I focus? Do I let my mind wander during Amidah or not? It's much tzaddik problems, much more than Russia problems. So therefore, it's all about if you're able to conquer Yetzirah, to beat it by having faith and constantly grow your koach bechira. He says, like we find this clearly by the story of the spies who went to Canaan. Originally they said, we can't fight the giants, they're stronger than us. And the Gemara says, what does it mean? They're stronger than us. Rather, mimeno. Chaz v'sholom, they were saying they're not stronger than us, they're stronger than he, than Kadosh Baruch Hu himself. Chaz v'sholom, shelo he'eminu be'echolet Hashem, because they didn't believe. It suggests that they didn't believe in God's power. V'achar kach chazru, and then they changed their position and they said, hinenu v'alinu. We're ready to go up to the place God spoke about. Me'ayin chazra ba'aleim ha'emunah be'echolet Hashem. How did they change their mind? And how did they make it that they were able to have faith in Hashem again? Moshe Rabbeinu didn't show them any miracle or any wonder. So how they changed? All he did was that Hashem became angry with them, and he swore that he's never going to bring them to the land of Israel. What was this anger going to persuade them? אם לא היו מאמינים ביכולות השם לכבוש מלכים, מפני לא זה לא רצו כלל להיכנס לארץ ישראל, אלא ודאי מפני שישראל עצמה הם מאמינים בני מאמינים, רק שהסתרה אחרא מלובשת בגופה מגביהה עצמה על אור קדושת נפשם האלוקית וגסות רוחה וגבוהותה וחוצפה בלי טעם ודעת. So what happens is, really, they were very holy people. They were heads of tribes. And why did they fall into the sin? It's not because they didn't believe, because later we do see they believed. Rather, they did believe, but they let the Yitzhar take over them and let their ego get to their head. And they said to themselves, better we should say negative, so that way we stay in the desert. And we stay heads of tribes, as the Zohar says. I don't want to lose my position in government. But then, but when Hashem became angry, and he enraged with a thunderous voice, and then he told them that you're not going to go to the land of Israel. Their hearts were broken and they were humbled, and as a result, they got rid of their ego, and their Yetzer Hara had no more room. The Sitra Achra went away. So you see that it's all a matter of realizing that the Yetzer Hara is inflating your ego and making you think like you know better than anybody else, you know even better than Hashem. And the second that Hashem reminded them, hey, I'm in charge. Now you're not going to go to Israel. It's like a kid. It's like a kid. He thinks he knows everything. He takes the cookies from the cookie jar without permission. He says, hey, you're in charge here? No, you're not. Now you're in timeout. Oh, now I remember my father has authority. Now I remember I can't do whatever I want. And that process of, there's two ways people learn. People learn the hard way or the easy way. The easy way is your teachers teach you, your father, your role models in life teach you. You have to do what Hashem says. And you have to be humble, and you have to listen to the Torah, and you do it, and you say, you know what? Yeah, I make myself humble because I wanted to, and then everything goes smooth, and you do what Hashem's will is, and you grow. But then there's some people who say, no, I don't need to be religious, or I don't need to do that mitzvah. I'll pick and choose my mitzvot, or I'll serve Hashem how I want to, as long as I have a good heart. And then what happens? Then God forbid bad things happen, and they learn the hard way. All of a sudden they fear. They hear God's anger, they see God's anger, and they become humbled by this. Wow, I thought I was wealthy and I had everything going for me. All of a sudden, my family member got sick, God forbid. All of a sudden, I lost my parnasa. All of a sudden, my marriage is about to fall apart. And this is causing me to change internally and make drastic changes and be willing to break my ego and change myself. And then, only then, they start fighting the Yetzer Hara and making teshuvah. But what? The point is that once you break that Yetzer Hara's hold on you, and because of your ego, that's when you're going to be able to overcome it. But Hashem gave the koach to the Yetzer Hara to trick you. As long as you have an ego, he'll use it against you to trick you, and that is where you need to have the awakening from below, which is the willing to humble yourself and to change yourself. Baruch Me'olam. Amen.